From your team, what'd you think about the effort tonight?
The effort was good. You know, I think we came out probably a little bit flat, and their schemes gave us some trouble. You know, credit these guys, ACGC really brought it tonight, I thought. Effort-wise and physicality, we maybe had a little bit of a wake-up call there in the first half, and we're kind of frustrated with some of those schemes. So they, you know, I really credit to them for what they did. But I thought our guys fought through it, fought through some adversity, and you know, played pretty good football towards the end of the game.
You talked about in the pregame you've got some explosive players, and some of those guys showed that, especially with Partridge on that punt return. How big of a spark did that bring you?
Yeah, pretty big. I mean, yeah, he's one of those guys that's just really dangerous. It's great to get him the ball in the open field any way we can. You know, so whether that's running it, you know, receiving it, or on special teams, he's done a really good job. And yeah, the energy definitely picked up when he had that play.
Sure, there were some things you'd like to clean up, like you talked about, but how nice is it to pick up a 36-0 victory and still have that be a learning experience?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's a blessing, I guess, to be able to do that, stay injury-free, and yeah, still have a victory and a learning experience at the same time. So we're in a good position. We've got really great players. They're really smart, really physical kids when they want to be, and you know, yeah, so we're fortunate.
The defensive line didn't give up much rushing yards tonight. Who were some of the guys really holding their ground to clog things up?
I think we rotated plenty of bodies around in there. You know, the D tackles played pretty well from what I could see most of the time. Adam Madsen, Gavin Fisher, AJC. You know, some of those guys played pretty well. I think Caden Larson had a nice game at defensive end. And then our backers, you know, like you already talked about, we rotated through, and those guys, for the most part, took away their ISO game. But you know, they were hitting the gaps hard, and they gave us a little bit of trouble too. So it was a good, kind of a good dogfight in the middle.
Career night for Blake Osbar. Had a couple of early TD catches. I'm sure that was fun for him, and nice to see another guy step up and make some plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a kid that basically we've had to play. You know, just because he's shown so much, he's grown so much over the past year. Not because we don't have the depth necessarily, but because of his maturity and his growth over the past year. We felt he's always had it, but he really kind of turned it on this summer and became a much better player. You know, he can play quarterback. He's a talented guy, but he's got good hands and good length out there at receiver too.
All right, Coach, anything else to add about tonight's victory?
No, we're just really happy to get out of here injury-free and, like you said, have a good learning experience at the same time. So we'll pick them up and try to get better next week and face a really tough stretch to the end of the season.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Appreciate having us on. Thank you very much.